this happening on your watch? Yours is supposed to be a party which is pro-women. You're supposed to take care of law and order, safety, security of our women. And this, madam, is happening on your watch. I have with me data from the National Crime Records Bureau, which says that the number of cases that are happening in Delhi are more than the number of rape cases in Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai put together. And that's what the data is showing. Year after year, the number of cases in Delhi, crime against women and rapes are more than Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, even if I were to combine them. And this is happening on your watch. Yes, Ms. Verma, you must.
Yes, I will. Please, if you extend the courtesy to me. Rahul, now you read out data and thank you for doing that, because I also will read out a tweet put out on the 9th of May 2022 by Delhi Police from its official Twitter handle at 1:24 AM. As per latest crime data, Delhi has the best conviction rate of IPC crimes, bracket 85% compared to all India average of 59%. In rape cases, Delhi's conviction rate is 21% better than the all India average.
Let us speak, please let us speak. Let us speak.
It is not your turn. Please stop heckling me. Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. The Delhi police says in rape cases, Delhi's conviction rate is 21% better than the all India average. This is a reflection of the professional nature of policing undertaken in this city. So basically with a conviction rate of 85%, which is more than 21% higher than the national average. The point I'm making, A, is that the Delhi police is doing a great job. Is there room for improvement? Of course, yes. There is always room for improvement when it comes to law and order and ensuring women's safety. We can never say enough. Point number 2, Rahul, let's be very clear that, what has been done. You will be surprised to know that, and this is I'm reading out from the 9th August 2021 PID release of the Modi government. 1023 fast-track courts have either been approved or are in the process of being set up, and 389 exclusive POCSO courts have either been set up or will be completely set up by the end of 2023. We just had one forensic laboratory. Today we are close to having more than half a dozen forensic laboratories.
Okay, I want to go across now to Trisha Shetty at She Says. Trisha, you're hearing from the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, both trying to lob political grenades at the other, both unable to explain their own positions and actions and jumping to conclusions which suit them politically and may or may not be true in substance and fact.
It is absolutely disheartening to hear these kind of excuses being forwarded by state apparatus whose duty and responsibility it is to ensure women's safety, right? The BJP member of parliament, Hansraj Hans, who said youth often get caught up in emotions. That was his statement when he was made aware of this horrific crime that happened against this 16-year-old child. When we talk about data, it's really easy to blame the boogeyman of love jihad, to stay away from the deficiencies within the state apparatus and how the state has let women down. Why am I saying this? Because the data proves it. NCRB data from 2021 says that there has been a 15.3% increase in crimes against women, which totals up to 4,28,278 crimes against women. Majority of these cases are of cruelty by husband or relative, kidnapping, rape, assault with intent to outrage modesty of a woman. So in all of these numbers of cases, how many times will you say love jihad, love jihad, love jihad? How many times will you use this abominable excuse, right? I'm glad Sanju Verma highlighted fast-track courts. Has she also looked at the data that says fast-track courts are trying fewer and fewer cases of sexual assault, rape, which they are set up to do, as opposed to trying all other cases, because the system is overwhelmed and the judges do not have enough infrastructure to try all the cases within the portfolio that they've been managed. I'm also glad she brought up the forensic lab. Does she know that the forensic labs are severely under-resourced? Talk about one of the most richest states, right? Maharashtra. The forensic lab in Kalina, for child rape cases, cannot forward the medical report before 1 year. If evidence is not being provided to the courts before a period of a year, how will the cases be tried within a period of a year, which is what the law currently mandates? So these are deficiencies within the system. It's great that we have strong, robust laws.
And I want Sanju to respond to it, because it's much easier to blame love jihad, as some leaders from your party have done, rather than try and answer deficiencies in the manner in which these fast-track courts are operating or why crime against women continue to rise. So therefore, use the political bogey, make it an us versus them.
Rahul,
yes.
let me just say one thing.
Yes,
just as a taxpayer citizen, as a woman in India, as someone who is aware of how unsafe it is, especially for those who try to access justice systems, right, and try to seek justice, because most of these people come from poor, vulnerable communities. I just want to ask, where is our money going? Where is our taxpayer money going to strengthen infrastructure in terms of actually
These are the real
changing what's
questions
happening
that
on
women
ground?
would like answered, men would like answered, rather than trying to create political bogeys which may or may not be true. Sanju Verma, respond to Trisha.
Thank you. You know, Trisha raised some very pertinent points, and I'm glad she did so. You know, Rahul, I started the debate, and I'm not somebody who's ever apologetic. You know, I will not hold my punches if I believe that there is truth to a story. I was not deliberately being calibrated, but I think it's only responsible not to jump around and say this is love jihad.
Do you think Kapil Mishra is wrong? Do you think will you publicly say what leaders in your party? No, one second. Let me ask you a straight question. Can you then, because I saw you were more calibrated, can you then publicly say what the likes of Kapil Mishra in the BJP have said? As a woman, do you feel shocked and offended instead of looking at systematic deficiencies, which is where the focus should be, trying to turn this into a Hindu versus Muslim, a case of love jihad, which it may not be, is wrong, Sanju Verma, and that reflects why we're not dealing with the real issues.
Rahul, you know, you have never been known to be somebody who wants to put words into the mouth.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you, do you agree with Kapil Mishra? It's a very, because you're going off on a tangent. No, because you must answer the question that I'm asking. No, Sanju, I'm not heckling you. I'm asking you a straight question and I'm demanding that you answer my question. My question is straight, it's specific, it's direct. Do you disagree with Kapil Mishra? Answer my question.
Okay. I'm answering that, Rahul, please. I heard you. Rahul, I will say that, you know, often, and the reason why I say this is a grey area. Apparently, when Sahil Sarfaroz, he was, apparently there are reports that he was, arrested from Bulandshahr. There are reports by the victim's family saying that he always used to wear a rudraksh, he used to wear a kalava. Rudraksh and kalava are worn by Sanatanis and Hindus, and that he did this deliberately to make Sakshi, the victim, believe that he was a bona fide Hindu, and it was much later in the day that she realized that he's a Muslim, and by then she was in love with him. But when she then spurned his advances after realizing he's not a Sanatani but a Muslim, that is when he got outraged and he stabbed her 22 times, smashed her head, kicked her body, mutilated her. I want to ask you, Rahul Kaval, why should a Muslim wear a kalava or a rudraksh? With what intention? Because I don't see Muslims wearing rudraksh or kalava unless there is a nefarious, bona fide intent to convince the other party that I am a Sanatani. This is a question that begs an answer, and it is unfair that we are giving a clean chit and saying ye love jihad nahi hai. If you say ye love jihad nahi hai,
no, I'm not saying that.
Ye love jihad hai. The truth is in between.
No, but listen, so let's stay focused on let's focus on the truth rather than saying it may or may not be, and rather than referring to other cases where something may have happened of this nature. This is not what you do to make women feel secure. You don't refer to past cases, say it may have happened in this fashion. Listen, that's a question that the police needs to investigate. That's a question that the police needs to investigate. I want to go across to PK Jain. Madam, it's my job to ask questions. I'm not running away from any response. I don't impose my views. The difference is I don't jump the gun on facts. I don't impose my view on the panelists, and that's the difference. You need to answer questions that you are being asked. It's not my job to bring my opinion to the show. When I enter the news track newsroom, I leave my opinion outside. That's what I do. I forensically examine the facts, and on the basis of the facts, some of the comments which have been made are highly premature.